Hey y'all, it's Anna B and welcome to my channel. Today I am going to be doing a little bit of something different that I've never done here on this channel before. I'm going to be doing a little bit of a review on a product. Now, a little disclaimer, this product was not sent to me. I have already opened it and unboxed it a little bit, but I'm basically just going to be doing an unboxing for you guys, showing you what came with the camera that I purchased, kind of tell you about it, what my first impressions are, and ultimately who I think it would be best for, and if I would recommend you buy it as well. So I'm going to be unboxing and reviewing the SONY ZV-F1 camera, and this is just a digital camera. It's meant for vlogging. It's meant mainly for content creators, which is purely the purpose that I basically purchased this for. I've been wanting a video camera for a long time, obviously for some of the vlogging that I do, but also I have a lot of travels coming up this summer and want to be able to do some travel style documentaries. So I went ahead and made the investment and tested around a lot of different cameras, tested out a lot of different styles and different brands, and ultimately landed on this little guy right here. So I'm really excited to dig in, show you guys what's inside of this box, and yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. So the first thing that I would love to note with this camera is that it comes in a box that's very small, very easy to carry. As you can see, it's like the size of my face, if that gives you any visual at all. But anyways, we're just gonna go ahead and open this guy up. First thing we see inside is just obviously like the instructions manuals and things like that. I did not end up having to look at these very much just because there is so much out on the internet right now about this camera. So if you have any questions on how to use the zoom functions or the defocus functions or any of the stuff like that, there's so many tutorials out on YouTube. I turn to a lot of them for setting up this camera. It's kind of hard to find stuff in this just because there's so many different pamphlets with so many different languages. So I highly recommend just doing a YouTube search and you'll probably be able to answer any of the questions you may have when setting up this camera. So this is what the box immediately looks like inside. As you can see, we've got the bag here with the camera, a few different things around here as well. So I'll go ahead and take out the camera. The camera comes in this little bag and I'm just gonna go ahead and take it out. This is what it looks like. It is very beautiful, very lightweight, very small. As you can see, it really fits very nicely just in like the palm of your hand. Some cool features that I really like about the camera, obviously for vlogging purposes and things like that, is it does have the flip screen, and this allows you to be able to take front-facing videos and see the screen. It also has the ability to take portrait style videos, so you can hold it like this, just like a normal phone, and it does a really great job of making stable up and down videos, just like you would be taking on your phone, except you get the great quality of this camera. The microphone is located right here at the top, and it has really great microphone features. I've tried it out already, and it has amazing sound, so you really should not have to ever plug in an extra external mic or anything like that. It also comes with a wind blocking feature that I'll show you here in a second that comes in the box free of charge, just along with the camera. So I'll show you how to install that in a second here. But overall, the sound quality on this that I've tested out so far has been phenomenal. So moving on with other features of the camera that it comes with, obviously, we've got this little guy here. This is what the lens looks like. And we've just got the little lens cover here. It's very, very small, so I highly recommend if you're someone who likes to lose lens covers, you can easily get one of those little like sticky things where you stick here and then stick here, so when you're vlogging and stuff, you can just let this hang, because obviously like it is very small. I am a little worried that I will lose, so I'll have to keep track of that as best as possible, but it does come with a lens cover. Visible on the top here as well, we have the defocus feature. That's really great for background defocus. If you're doing portrait and you want an intensely defocused background, an intense blur in the background, you press that button, and if you want to undo that and put it back to a regular background, something like I have right now, then you just press that again. This here is our photo button. We have the record button here, on and off, different features here. And then this little guy here, this was neat. This took me a second to figure out, but basically when you move this back and forth, that's the zoom feature. So it has a really nice steady zoom, and there's a few different settings that you can just kind of change the speed of zoom and things like that as well. But that's your feature that is going to be your zoom. And then I will show you in a second what this here is used for, but this is just that feature that allows you to put on that microphone attachment. That's going to be helpful when you're filming outside or filming in any noisy areas. On the display here, we basically just have your menu buttons, delete buttons, all of that kind of stuff. It's pretty basic if you're used to using cameras. Again, if you have any questions with any of these functions, there's so many videos out on YouTube about this specific camera right now. So just give it a quick YouTube search and you should be able to find those answers. So moving on through the box, this little tab right here, in here is where the rechargeable battery is located inside the box. It had a little wrapping on it, but obviously I took that off and threw it away. For the purposes of this video, I just put it back in there so you can see where that would be located in this box. But this is that little rechargeable battery that does come with the camera. And what's awesome about this battery is, yes, I said it's rechargeable like most camera batteries are. However, you can actually recharge it while it is in the camera. So instead of taking out the battery and putting it in a separate nodule to plug into the wall, you actually just plug the camera in like you would a smartphone or anything like that. So it comes with a cord, and we've got a little USB port here that you basically just plug it into the wall. Along the side here as well, along with that charging port, is just an extra HDMI port that you can see. And then there's also a spot where you can plug in headphones or an external mic, and that is located right there on that side as well. So I just went ahead and put that battery in here, and I do have an SD card in there already, but that's basically on the bottom of the camera where you're gonna find where to put that battery and the SD card. It's pretty similar to most cameras, so unless you're new to cameras, that should be pretty easy to figure out. So next in the box, you'll find in this little spot here is the charging cord that will fit in any USB, and it's just a basic lightning adapter, so you could plug that into an Apple block or anything like that. I love this feature. I think it's super convenient, and I'm super excited that this has a whole rechargeable battery system within the camera itself. The last thing you will find in this box is this little guy right here, and this is that microphone attachment that I was talking about earlier. So inside this bag, you will find this little hairball guy. Looks kind of funny at first, kind of reminds me of the Troll movies, but this guy is super important when it comes to any videography that you do outside. All you'll need to do to install this is make sure you find the portion that's a little bit thinner, it's a little bit different from the rest of it, and you're going to put that towards the lens end of the camera and just make sure it's covering where the dots would be, and you're just going to slide it into that little compartment, and it should just slide right in. There should be a little click. You might want to fluff it if you want to make it look a little bit better. This is basically just that little attachment that will block wind and things like that when it comes to filming and using audio outside. I think a little hair just flew. But yes, this will be super important in making sure you have great sound quality, like I said, so you don't need to use an external mic or anything like that when it comes to filming outside or in windy areas in general. So there you have it. That is everything that came in the box. I do also just want to mention that I did purchase a small tripod for this that I would like to share with you guys. This is the GorillaPod tripod from Joby, I believe is how you would pronounce it. And it's basically just the small mini version. And this is something that you can just screw in and attach right to the bottom of this camera. I do want to mention that Sony does sell like a creator's kit, and it comes with a tripod in that if you pay the extra money for that. But in total, the value of that tripod would end up being almost $150. And it does have the feature where you can connect it to the camera and utilize the record button that would be like located on the tripod, which adds a lot of convenience if that's something you're interested in. But I just found this guy for like $30 at Target, and it meets my personal needs for this. I don't think it's that inconvenient to have to press the record button at the top of the camera since it is so small. So this is the tripod that I purchased for it. This guy's awesome. You can do a lot of bendy stuff with it. You can set it up to be a tripod like this and set it on any solid surfaces. But I also just think it's real nice for just gripping and holding to do any sort of like vlogging style, or also just like to stabilize for any type of landscape photography or videography. So if you're looking for a budget-friendly tripod, I would recommend not going with the Sony one or the Sony Creators Kit that commonly comes with this camera. I would just go for something you can find on Amazon or Target. Like I said, I think this one was around $30. It's perfect. The whole thing is very lightweight in total, including the camera. So in general, I think this is a great direction to go if you're just looking for a basic tripod. Before I switch over to using this camera so I can show you guys how great the image quality is on this, I would just like to go ahead and say that I think this camera is perfect for anyone who wants to get into any sort of basic videography. This guy also has awesome photography features and takes really great photos. Doesn't quite compare to like my basic mirrorless Canon that I have right now, but this definitely packs a punch and is a great replacement for an iPhone. If you're currently using an iPhone and want to switch over to having a little bit more high quality photos and videos, this guy's a great option. I'll switch over to using this camera here in a second so you can see how much it improves the quality. Right now, this is just being filmed on my iPhone. So obviously you can make your judgment based off of the camera quality here in a second, but in general, I'd say this is great for anyone who wants to get into any basic videography or photography, or anyone who's looking for a really, really great vlog camera. Content creation in general is going to be made a lot more high quality and a lot better with this camera. And it's kind of budget friendly in terms of video cameras. I got this one for $4.99 at Best Buy, and I think that that was a great deal just in comparison to a lot of these other cameras that other brands are selling that aren't actually quite as great as quality as this for a lot higher price tags. So in general, this guy's gonna be a great option. Okay, let's go ahead and switch over and I'll show you what this camera quality looks like. Okay, so here you go, guys. This is the quality of the Sony ZV-F1 camera. This camera has amazing quality compared to the iPhone that I was just filming on. Automatically, I'm sure you can tell the difference. Also, audio-wise, just picture-wise, lighting-wise in general, it does a really great job without too many manual features. This camera has an awesome automatic zoom, so no need for a manual zoom ring. As you can see there, it's real smooth going in and out. It also has great face tracking for lighting, and I can show you here as well that the stabilization when vlogging is awesome. The zoom feature is also super smooth, as you can see here. It is a wide angle, so this is barely an arm's length. My arm's a little bent even, and you can see my full face. It's not up close and personal. So I think overall, all the features for this, for content creation, vlogging, any type of videography, is really just stellar quality. Now, obviously, this is the first video camera like this that I've owned. I'm super excited about it, and I really do think that it will help to take my content creation up to the next level. I just have a feeling that this is going to be a go-to camera and something that's going to last me a very long time. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Otherwise, you can also, like I mentioned a few times earlier in the video, just do a YouTube search, and there are so many videos out there answering so many questions about this camera because it is so specific to content creators. There are so many people out there who want to help you learn about how to use this camera just because it is so versatile. So I highly recommend doing that if you have any other questions. And if you do decide to purchase it, like I highly recommend you do, there's lots of different tutorials on how to set it up and all of that. Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe and keep an eye on my channel because I'll have some very high quality vlogs coming up using this very camera. So if you want to see how this translates into very real vlogging situations, then make sure you subscribe, keep an eye out for those. And that is all I have for you today. So thank you so much, and we'll see you guys later. Bye.